Hello and welcome to the ACES competition. I am Estravo, one of your commentators today, and I am welcomed in the commentary booth with James.
Hello.
We are here today to go against the third match with the Australia Outback versus the Nunavut Lumberjacks. So, for today's competition, we got two tough, strong teams here. With the Outback, we have Beaver, Tootsie, and Bites, all very experienced and learned. Like Cooper runners, especially with Beaver being the world record holder of slide 2 and slide 4. Then with the Nunavut Lumberjacks, we have This Is Not Jake, Slink, and a newer runner, Sneak, but having two strong runners like Jake and Slink, you can't count out the Lumberjacks either.
No, certainly not. A lot of skilled runners in this matchup today.
Sorry, not new runner Sneak, but still, thank you for correcting me, but Sneak is not very documented, we'll say that, compared to other things, because the commentary sheet is very empty for Sneak. But today's match, I think with the challenge voting, it's very in favor towards the Outback. I think it's a 4-1, 80% to 20% for the Outback to win. Definitely going to be a interesting competition. Oh, and we're underway with the selection progress. Outback have the first ban. They'll be banning 2 episodes from Slide 2, 1 episode from Slide 3, and 1 episode from Slide 4. And as those bans come in, we will announce them as the team selects. They have about 35 seconds here to finish up their first round of bans.
What will they choose?
Hey, it's very open filled. The Outback may have first bans, but the benefit of being Team A in these first couple bands come in are Slide 2, Episode 2, Slide 2, Episode 3, Slide 3, Episode 5, and Slide 4, Episode 1. Very interesting choices so far. At least we don't have to see Slide 2, Episode 3 again.
Yeah.
But get some little variety going on out there.
Definitely one of my least favorite episodes in Slide 2.
It's definitely a great episode. It's where the movement opens up, and the Lumberjacks have voted out Slide 2 Episode 4, Slide 2 Episode 7, Slide 3 Episode 6, and Slide 4 Episode 4. All 3 games still on the board. We'll see what the Outback decides to do. Well, first pick has been made. Slide 2 Episode 1 is the pick by the Lumberjacks, and Outback now have their pick. But all 3 games are still on the board. We'll see what 2 games we'll be playing here with these first 2 picks, and see how the second round of bans go for that final pick.
Surely, whatever forces exist in the universe would allow the Lumberjacks to play in the Lumberjack games.
It's not gonna happen. Slide 2 Episode 7's been banned, and then there's banned by the Lumberjacks.
No. What? Taking away their home turf.
Hey,
a risky move, but I like it.
It may be summer, but it is still cold up in Canada.
That's true.
But seems like we moved over to the Lumberjacks. I think we're still waiting on bans to come through, but we will get to those here in a second. With the pick from the Outback, we are going to Slide 3 Episode 2. Where the Outback are definitely taking their home turf into this match.
They've capitalized on the Lumberjacks' decision. Hey, you're not gonna play on your home episode? Well, we will. Thank you very much.
Hey, with Slide 3 Episode 2, a lot of the RNG's kind of taken out of it with prepping the files, since you don't have to worry about looting in midway between, but still, 3-2 is a very not volatile but difficult episode just because of how unpredictable it can get.
For sure.
But with the bands that just came in, Slide 2 episode 6, so Lumberjacks completely removing all Canada away from Slide 2.
Rest in peace, Canada.
We'll see what the Outback does here to probably solidify a specific episode decision here with their 4 final bands and see how then Lumberjacks decide to what they're gonna pick with the final scraps of episodes remaining. But so far, all 3 games are on the table. Let's hope it's all 3 games. It's always interesting to have one a little bit from everybody.
Yeah, I agree. It would be my first time seeing a match with all 3 games.
Slide 4, episode 3 got banned. Episode 8 from Slide 2's gone. We have 2 episodes available from Slide 3 still, and we have Slide 4, episode 2 available for options. Of the 3 episodes available, we'll see what the Lumberjacks decide to go with. Lumberjacks go with Slide 4, episode 2.
Okay.
We do have a repeat episode, Slide 4, episode 2. What is this the second time or the third time that this has happened? I know we've had repeat episodes in the past.
Yeah, I know I've seen it once. I think I missed the first match or 2, so I couldn't say if it was in the third time.
It'll be the repeat episode again. The Slide 4 episode 2 has been in every match of round 1 of these Swiss rounds.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's here to stay, I guess.
Definitely here to stay, but it's definitely an episode that is highly takes some performance to do, and if you mess it up, it is easy to create a gap between runners depending on experience. But the order we got here, just a classic Slide 2, Slide 3, Slide 4 order, starting with Slide 2, Episode 1, Slide 3, Episode 2, and Slide 4, Episode 2 for the order.
Alright, going in numerical order.
Okay, in about less than 3 minutes here, both of whatever our first runners are will be ready, raring to go to start off this race. There. 33 short minutes. But very interesting episode choices here. Like we have Tootesie, I'm guessing maybe playing Slide 2, is the world record holder for episode 1. Then for Slide 3, I think the best option, at least from the Outback, would be Bites. I know Bites can play some Slide 3, even though I've seen Bites play more Slide 2 overall, but it's all about seeing what each individual teammate can do to add to their team.
Beaver playing Slide 4 would be like a hefty back end to the team effort.
Well, if you've looked at any of the stats, I believe Beaver is not at least does not want to play Slide 2 or Slide 3 if he can help it. So I think he's gonna try to dominate as much as Slide 4 as he can. Then you got Tootesie, who's very solid on Slide 2. Then Bites, who's decently good on Slide 2, and also good at, I think, good in some aspects of Slide 3, even though there's no recorded times, but is expecting to at least learn the game. And also very good times at Slide 4, sub 5, around the 4:45 mark.
I mean, you know, slide 2 and 3, there are a lot of differences, but they are similar enough where, you know, maybe the thought process is there could be some skill transference there.
Mm-hmm. But for episode 1 here, we're going to have Sneak against Tootesie. Both runners are definitely ready to go. Both already sitting in the pair safe house here, playing a little around, moving around between the thief net and Sly. But looking at it, Sneak has, at least from maybe incorrect information now, because the runners have definitely had time to practice since teams have been announced and the first couple of matches have gone by, but Sneak at least has a recorded 36-minute episode 1 for Slide 2, and Tootesie has the 26-minute 36 world record, so there's about a around a 10-minute deficit between their personal bests, but that's definitely could have changed in these first few days of the competition that have gone by. And we got ourselves audio. We're listening to the Outback right now. Tootie's going to be leading the way for us in sound, but depending on who goes in the lead, sound may change in the future. But our timer has started, I think.
Yeah. Doesn't seem they're
There we go.
Here we go. There we go.
Streams are getting caught up, but we're about 20 seconds in. We're probably the run, at least for stream delay, we're behind. But both runners are off. Sneak with a very classic sabotage cutscene skip, saving 15 seconds overall. Very easy trick to do, but a very important one to do. Don't want to lose 15 seconds just because you don't unplug your controller properly to get a first frame pause.
Still one of like my favorite things in Slide 2 is that you can just skip that cutscene by plugging your controller.
But here we got the cornerstone of Slide 2 speedrunning, Episode 1, the most popular thing under the sun when it comes to Slide 2. Most optimized episode, least amount of gadgets you could possibly have. Runners definitely will have Smoke Bomb and Trigger Bomb for the run already pre-done. They definitely spent the time grinding coins in Cairo because collecting coins mid-run is not fun, and it does lose a hefty amount of time overall. But you gotta definitely... Go ahead.
Cairo definitely seems like the play in that regard.
Takes some time, but it is the best overall way to make an episode 1 file.
They are dashing across the roofs.
You see doing some nice movement optimizations, doing charge attack square boost. Doing a charge attack and then buffering it into a square boost, getting that movement speed increase. But coming over here, it's taking safe there, not doing the square boost or realize that he was trying to miss it, so just glitch high jump across the gap. But we're finishing up Satellite Sabotage, very quick 2-minute job here, but still in the day 1 of episode 1 here. Going to be going on to breaking and entering, where big trick here is cable clip. I'm sure both runners can do it just fine, but missing it is a big time deficit loss, and both runners, I'm sure, will want to keep things even for their teams.
Yeah, it can go very wrong very quickly if you miss it.
And also for those who are in the chat who are not fans or new to Seems Like Cooper's speedrunning, Slide 2's ran in Korean. It is the fastest language. It saves 10 minutes over English, but due to health and safety skip, that time difference is actually, I think, lowered near close to the 5-minute mark. Still, Korean just does everything. Sneak missing, table clip or not going for it. Tootie getting a very high launch, but recovering and taking the small time loss still, but definitely good not to watch the cutscene.
You take the small time losses if you can get the trick, for sure.
Tootie's doing an interesting thing of equipping Smoke Bomb there. Probably may have some use to it somewhere in the near future. Most of the time we don't equip it all the way until Peter pickpocketing for the cutscene skip. Sneak taking it safe. interesting copy pasta posted there about slide 2. I'm not going to read that. That is very a lot to read.
몰래 정찰 사진을 몇 장 찍도록 해. R3 버튼. 그러니까 오른쪽 스틱을 눌러서
But Steve's not
바이노큐
too
컴을
far
꺼내.
behind. Just the time difference
이미
just looks
스파이
like
카메라가
the
장착돼
tablecloth time
있다고.
save.
아이, 오른쪽 스틱을 이용해서 사진
And the big thing
목표물
is like
줌인
it's
또는
playing the best you
아웃하도록
can
해.
under these
조준이
race
잘
conditions.
되었으면
It's also not
바로
allowing that
버튼을 탭해서 사진을 찍으라고.
gap between the runners
이게
depending on
목표물이야.
experience level, of course,
디미트리,
to not get too
국제적인
big
위조
because
전문가지.
sometimes it's hard even for your more skilled team members to break that time distance difference that we've seen in previous matches, especially with match 1 with the Sabres versus the Peacocks. Like, they pulled a 10-minute time deficit down to around 45 seconds, but with the talent of all the runners, it just barely wasn't enough, but still a very close and exciting match.
Nika, missing a couple photos here, but managing to get them in the end.
Missing a photo, taking a couple extra shutters, dealing with the shutters closing and messing up the photo. Not too bad of a time loss, but takes experience to make sure you have the right distance of zoom in and aiming at the right point to get a very quick photo. Out of the recon day. I know it's only days in slide 3, but slide 2 there's no like differentiation of that there's days passing or time passing other than the world slightly changing. But seeing the other ships, no, go ahead again.
It works in a similar enough manner where you have one set of jobs and then you complete those set of jobs and a new set opens up.
Yeah, similar. Python confirming it, saying that there are days in the code. I just think they didn't do the same work that they did for Site 3 to add the text boxes once you exit the safe house to show the day changes. Tootesie doing some interesting messing around with the hole there. Does not appear to be going for Paul Dimitri super jump, so I think Tootsie's just gonna have some fun here, messing around in Paris while waiting for this auto scroller to go by. Maybe, or no, I'm probably gonna be very interested. Yep, gonna be surprised. We're going Paul Dimitri super jump on the left over here.
Here we go, I guess.
Very long super jump chain here. Not incredibly difficult, but it's fairly easy to drop it. One of the super jump chain and mess up the trick.
It wouldn't be a Sly Golds match without a couple surprises in it.
You can expect the world record holder to go for all the insane strats. Tootesie here setting up the first part of the Paul Dimitri double super jump for the first ground position. That you'll report back to after getting the ground position for the second warp.
Let's see.
Super jump still clean. Tootesie doing the super jump in a way I've never seen before, but nonetheless I'm sure it'll work just fine. As long as that guard spawns next to that position where he set that grounded position, we'll be good to go. Sneak taking things slow, about to finish up the game, but GSMing can be slightly important here because guards can spawn and also get in the way of Dimitri preventing him, and very clean. We'll see
비밀리에
if
사무실로 숨어 들어가서
Tootsie can then
원본과
continue the super jump
꼬치게.
chain to then get the second warp
그러면
here.
그의
But we
대화를
got the first
엿들을 수
one
있게
for
되는
sure.
그래,
거야?
안에서 벌어지는 일을 도청할 수
One out of
있다면
two down.
일이 더 수월할 것 같아서 대신 원본 그림은 아주 조심히 다루라고. 파손되면 그림이 망가져.
Jump looks clean, but we'll see. Yep, it's good. And
There
nice
we
little
go.
chair jump. Wow, that's a nice like 30 to 35-second time save there. Over watching the cutscene normally. Well, not doing the job normally, just waiting for Dimitri to
우리
finish
안에서
up.
잠게 되는군.
But that was very clean.
어차피 난 직접적인 방법은 그리
We'll see what
좋아하지 않아.
Tootsie does here. Just does the normal move or decides to do spaghetti jump. I'm a big spaghetti jump fan myself, so I hope to see it. Oh yes, spaghetti jump. Oh, and it's the charge attack version.
Win some, you lose some.
Definitely. It looked like he had a wrong charge attack start position, or decided, or square boosted a little earlier, too late there.
조청기가 장착되었어.
Because it looks like the square boost didn't come out. He just did a cane swing, falling down, didn't get the speed preservation.
돈을 잔뜩 벌 수 있을 거야.
Sneak
Ooh,
also
also
clean on
yeah,
chair
with
jump.
Indeed.
Chair jump looks incredibly difficult. The hitbox is not super large, but large enough to where it's not difficult to do. As long as you do the same consistent setup of jumping at the same point, aiming for the same place, it's not super
넌
difficult to
아쿠아
miss.
펌프로 돌아가서 그걸
Sneak
망가뜨려.
showing off the not casual, but the normal movement here over doing
상대에다 뭘 집어던지면
spaghetti
그걸
jump.
부술 수 있을 거야. 얼음 기계 근처에서 동그라미 버튼을 눌러. 그리고 발을 굴려서 얼음 조각을 집어들어. 이거는 네모 버튼을 눌러 얼음 조각을 전원 상자에 던져.
동그라미 버튼으로 물건을 집어들고 네모 버튼으로 그걸 집어던지란 말이지.
Tootsie also showing some Knockcom optimizations here. Popping the Knockcom in and out to skip the animation of Murray turning to pick up an object with his animation for some small micro time saves here. But they do definitely add up because with how much you have to pick up with Murray. And I think he's also going to do it for, may do it for guards, we'll see. Sometimes it is faster to do it that way.
Yeah, Tootsie's slowly but surely pulling ahead, although there's a lot of time left.
So far, both runners are doing great. The time difference is just
Yeah.
due to the experience of the runners and knowing the more advanced strats like full Dimitri
Yeah.
double super jump. Table clip, albeit not an advanced strat, but a very difficult strat that takes a lot of practice and experience to get consistently down. Like even Tootsie, who's the world record holder, he slightly messed up his table clip and got a huge launch up into the air, and had to and went out a little far and had to recover, losing some time and not getting a perfect table clip.
Yeah, aside from those two strats, they've played each other pretty close so far.
Yeah, the difference here between the two runners looking like slightly over a minute, but we're still in fairly early. One of the shorter episodes of slide 2 episode of the slide 2 episodes. Only episode 6 being shorter than episode 1. But as things are looking right now, the gap's not going to get too wide between the two runners. And
I actually didn't know there was a shorter episode than episode 1. That's interesting.
Yeah, episode 6 is the shortest episode. Out of everything. Actually, I think episode 8 can be even shorter due to the barrel pounce deep reflexes strats. You can zoom across the map really quickly. Yeah. Slightly misspoke, but yes. Episode 8 and slide 2 can be beat in 24 minutes using episode run strats.
Interesting, very interesting. Alright.
Tootsie showing off the Banaki stuff.
전투 자세에서 빠져나가고 싶으면
Fortunately,
다른 버튼을
we
눌러.
two briefcase Billy. It appears.
It's fine. He got a good frog guard spawn there that didn't lose him too much
Yeah.
time. Tootsie deciding not to go for the Banaki Tom strats here. Now we're on to Moonlight Rendezvous. If you're a Neela % fan here, the run would be over when you smack Neela, thus beating the game.
Unfortunately, this is a episode 1 run, so
Hey, sometimes you just gotta hit Neela every now and then. I would not recommend the racers of not doing so, even for the memes. But you got a nice another auto scroller hero following you around Paris to learn how to get into Dimitri's disco for Bentley's job.
하지만 당신을 믿을 수 있으려면 우선 당신이 날 제대로 쫓아올 수 있는지 알아야겠어요.
뭐라고요?
뒤처지지 말아요.
라이, 아론 버튼을 누르고 있으면 달리게 돼. 닐라 경관을 쫓아가려면 필요할 거야.
Everybody in chat definitely freaking out over Tootsie's ability to do square boost out of charge attacks. It's not super difficult, but it does take quite a bit of practice. Very cool movement. I think it's only like a 1/10 of a second faster than a normal square boost. And if anything, it might be shorter than that.
wow, that little still going for it with a baller.
Then you'll also see Tootsie going for the small movement optimizations you can make to this auto scroller go faster, especially when Neela's moving across the power lines of these lights. You can make her run across them faster by being near her. Compared to the opposite, when she's running, if you're too close to her, she will stop and turn towards you, thus losing you time.
Doesn't appear like we're seeing a smack from Tootsie though.
No, hopefully not.
Fortunately.
I don't think Tootsie wants to take like a 2-minute time loss just because he accidentally hit Neela.
Oh, that's the 2-minute time loss? Oh my goodness.
The further you are into the auto scroller, the more time loss it is.
I was not okay. Well,
Because if you hit her, you start from the very beginning. There are no checkpoints during this auto scroller.
인정해줘서 고맙군요.
난 영장 없이는 디미트리의 나이트클럽에
Nice.
합법적으로 들어갈 수
I
없어요.
thought Jack 2 had bad
그의
checkpoints.
뒷문 열쇠를 가지고 있죠.
Well, hey, at least we're not running Slide 2 Episode 3 with the Spice Grinder Destruction.
우린 정말
That
손발이
episode,
참
that
많이
job also has no checkpoints, so it's a very big heart
Yeah.
pounder for runners at times if you make a mistake, because that can be quite a big time loss there.
아지트로 돌아가. 네가 도착할 때쯤이면
Also true.
필요한 준비를 다 갖추게 될 거라고.
With Tootsie moving on to theater pickpocketing here. Gonna see though, theater pickpocketing cutscene skip. As you can see, Sneak may be cutting a little too close to Neela, but it doesn't seem like she's looking it back too much. Clean theater cutscene skip by Tootsie there.
Good stuff.
We'll see how lucky Tootsie can get with the coin bundles here. You hope that all the guards only have two bundles each, making it the fastest RNG. But they can have 2 to 3, I believe.
Oh, 3 there.
Albeit not looking like it's a huge time loss, it does add up with depending on how many guards have 3 coin bundles.
말썽을 부리는 너구리가 있다고 들었다. 만일 그놈을 보게 되면 즉시 없애버려.
Pretty good RNG on it so far. Hopefully that's not a commentator's jinx.
Ooh, Tootsie, getting a little
Ooh,
too close
that's-
there. Gonna have to do some recovery here, but that second guard's about to come up. But good recovery so far. Ooh. Clean.
Clean, good recovery.
슬라이. 이제 컨트롤 패널로 가서 펜의 속도를 늦춰.
Let's see how Sneak does again for his clear cuts.
펜이 정지된 것 같군.
Ooh, it,
그것들을 이용해서 큰
Ah,
샤프트를
no.
위로 올라간다.
No.
접속 클립을 끼워 넣어.
Respect for going for it at least.
Definitely respect, still getting used to the fine art aspects of it. Looks like he did the second smoke bomb a little too late, and the guard saw him, and he thought he would have been fine to run into the trigger. And it looks like Mappy just pointed out that Tootesie may have done a Benaki hum kind of like flash to skip, guessing a pickpocket animation. So didn't see that myself, but something to review in the future once the YouTube vlog comes out. Welcome in, Red Umbreon, to some interesting ACES competition gameplay.
조와 벤틀리 레이저 울타리를 지나려면 그걸 폭파시켜 잘했어. 이젠 수면 밭을 이용해서
He's showing off the same movement here with Bentley to
현장에서 뛰는 소감이 어때?
get through the beginning section of Disco Demolitions done quickly. Sneak taking an unfortunate death and Peter pickpocketing. Depending on where you take your death, it can really throw you off your groove of the order. For ooh, Sneak does not realize that he does not need a pickpocket guard. He's already pickpocketed. You do retain your keys, but it can definitely throw you off your groove, depending on what guard you were on. And let's see, definitely showing off the double pillar explosions by using trigger bomb. Very nice strat, saves a few seconds over just bombing them all normal, since you can overlap those pillar destruction cutscenes.
Definitely seems like Sneak is getting a bit worse RNG on the coin bundles.
Hey, it happens, but
Yeah.
that's an unfortunate RNG time loss. You'd think pickpocketing doesn't take that long, but it's like a little over a second, I think, for an extra pickpocket. And it does
That
add
adds
up.
up.
It does add up depending on how many extra coin bundles you get. Then we have Tootesie going into operation here. Bites is going to be taking on the Sly 3 episode. And for the Outback, the Beaver's definitely taking Sly 4.
Bites will be representing the Outback in the Outback.
파트너, 저 급수탑으로 가자고.
It seems like the time gap has between the two runners has definitely gone over that 2-minute mark.
광장으로부터의
Probably
수압을
closer to the 3-minute
다른
mark.
곳으로 돌리려면 어떤 밸브를 돌려야 되지? 밸브를 통하는 물의 흐름을 바꾸려면 동그라미 버튼을 눌러야 합니다.
About a little over a Disco Demolitions time difference between the two.
슬라이, 분쇄 수압이 떨어졌어.
효과가 있는데 놈들이 벌써 수리공을 보냈는 걸.
들키지 않게 수리 트럭 열쇠를 소매치게 해.
Still managing the.
Red Umbreon. If you do space yourself properly away from Murray and run in a certain way past those guards, he'll continue fighting them, and you can proceed to jump on the car, go up on the bounce pad, then get on top of the water tower, then drop down, then do it yourself instead of waiting for Murray to get back into position to throw you up to the water tower. Very nice time save there, but it does definitely take getting some used to following a specific line, so Murray doesn't definitely prevent you from continuing, because if he gets too far away, he won't kill the second guard, and you can't blow up the water tower door until Murray's into position. I don't think the hitbox is active until then.
견인 작사를 잡을 준비를 해.
Missing Tootsie do some cock strats, but we'll definitely see Sneak do them as well.
Yeah, there will be time for more cock strats.
It's not necessarily risky, it's just something that takes time to practice.
Yeah.
But the bad outcome is Murray not killing the second guard, and you have to wait for him to do it. Well, that's losing you time. Sneak either doesn't have trigger bomb, and doesn't know about the strats, or just has elected not to do it. Oh, it does have trigger bomb, just not. May have accidentally messed up his throw for the first one. It's the second one, very clean. Does he just finishing up a rat fight? No, rat fight skip. Good choice. Definitely can kill your run.
I was curious, but don't want to get too cute with the lead.
I think the lead's fine. Just a rat fight skip's very dangerous to do in a race setting. Because if the trick does not behave well, you kind of just soft blocking. You have to restart the operation over again. But we have Sneak coming into operation, and Tootie coming up on the Dimitri boss fight.
Time to fight the big cheese himself.
Yep, and you can see Bites down in the lower left corner, having fun in the Australia Outback safe house.
Yeah, Bites is vibing in the Outback. in the midst of this climactic fight in Paris.
All I'm saying, hopefully for the runners, we don't have any unlucky sound blocks, especially in Slide 3. At least for me, it seems like I always get a sound lock in Big Truck in Episode 2 every now and then. So I do not wish that on either of the runners. But for my guessing for who will be running Slide 3 for the Lumberjacks, I'm assuming it'll be Jake. Then Slink should be taking Slide 4.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Ooh. Sneak getting a bad bomb place position and knocking himself out of the hole. Small time loss, but better than waiting on Murray to throw you up there. Tootsie with a very clean Dimitri fight, just shredding him with smoke bomb. And it's done. 27-34. Fights can start at any time now.
On to the Outback.
A little over a minute behind world record, but that's very clean for a race setting at 27.
Yeah, you take 27 in a race.
We'll see what Yep, Fight starting off. Doing some disguise jumps here to get to the jump trigger quicker. Sneak seeing up the movement to get the quick pickpocket, having to use smoke bomb as a backup, but no harm, no foul in that.
Geen probleem, vriend. Ik wil hem graag ontmoeten. Iemand die jij meester noemt, dat is niet zomaar een vent.
Oh, hij is geweldig. Hij kruipt in je hoofd en zorgt dat je helemaal doordraait.
Geweldig.
Very nice, clean. This guy jumped so far from Bites.
Sorry, vriend. Deze grot is leeg. Waar zou die nog meer uit kunnen hangen?
Very nice cock strike still by Sneak. Ooh, may have messed up the last jump. Just take it slow. Ooh, he may have hit the trigger. Ooh. Oh, there. No, he got it.
There we go.
He was just barely missing it. Sometimes if you accidentally attach to the pole or touch a certain part of the ground, sometimes the cock strike doesn't want to work anymore. I've experienced that before myself during New Game Plus runs of trying to use barrel pounds to make the last jump faster.
Now time for Sneak's rat fight.
Another thing that you can see, both runners are doing it. You can double hit the smaller guards. You actually can double hit any guard. You just hit them with the square input, then you do a triangle uppercut input. You can do it with every, only with Murray and Sly. I don't think Bentley has an uppercut move like the
Sorry,
others
Murray.
do.
Er is niemand thuis en zo te
But
zien heeft de
Bentley
gordel
does
hier
have
met
the
iets
sleep
of
dart.
iemand gevochten. Ik begin te vermoeden dat de mijnwerkers
Then
hem
we're
te pakken
coming
hebben.
into, as you can tell, Bites is in Dutch for episode 2. Actually, let me look a little closer. I don't think that's Dutch. That's definitely Norwegian.
Waar zouden ze hem heen gebracht kunnen hebben?
Ze hebben hem! Mijn meester is er geweest!
Misschien moet je Bentley even geven.
Ik weet het niet, maar gezien de indeling
I
van
don't know if we have any
gok ik dat ze dat gebied met dat hoge hek erom gebruiken als
any scientists
Zo te zien kan ik omhoog via die rots.
that
Nope.
know if Norwegian is
I'll just
faster for this episode.
I'll just go with Nave saying.
Goede tip. Bedankt, vriend.
I'm just gonna assume it's Dutch. I'm not the most knowledgeable once it comes to the PAL language routing for Slide 3. I'm familiar with the NTSC language routing, where you swap between Spanish and French.
I know there's some nuance to it with a certain cutscene skip in episode 5, but generally I believe the order is episode 1 and 2 in Dutch, 3 and 4 in Norwegian, and 5 and 6 in Dutch again.
Goed, ik zal je bevrijden.
That's a lot easier of a language route compared to NTSC, where you start in Spanish up until Operation of episode 1, where you switch to French. It's crazy for the NTSC route. You just pretty much swap between French and Spanish like every episode at a certain point. And after, I think, a certain point in episode 5, you just stay in Spanish until the end. And playing Gauntlet in Spanish is actually pretty nice. It's fun.
I didn't even know that was like a thing that was routed with NTSC language swapping.
I think it was just done just because not everybody could have access to PAL at the time or wanted to get access to PAL. So I believe Remo did the timing originally.
That's pretty fair.
But sneaked on the Dimitri fight here. Either missed his smoke bomb hit, and Dimitri dashed across. And I just have to take it slow here and just hope he does not take a death against Dimitri. Not a fun death to take. As much as his suit actually is greasy sweet, we don't want him to say it.
No, we know. We have witnessed. We don't need to hear it.
Very clean up. At least with a delay at 33 flat, but probably closer to a 3240. Huge PB on Sneak's part if his current PB actually is correct. Bite's going for the Reiki roll here. That's the first one. That's the tough ones. If you don't have the right angle, you'll just fall into the water, even if you get the roll properly. GG's Sneak, Jake going very quickly here, some very clean disguise boost, but gonna close that gap. He seems like he's moving as fast as he possibly can to get caught up to Bites.
Anyone can catch up. Jake is certainly a strong competitor to do so.
But I hope for Sneak, this race performance was a nice PB, hopefully. But I bet Sneak's been practicing offline and has probably been the at least recorded PB in the commentator spreadsheet.
stalagmieten te verwoesten. Maar met de wachters gooien kan natuurlijk ook.
And yeah, this, as White pointed out, Jake was being very reactive there. Just being that teammate, being like, hey, I'm about to beat Dimitri, done. As soon as you know you got that final hit on Dimitri, so your teammate can immediately make sure they're on the right character and press the button to start the episode immediately, so that transition is seamless and there's no time lost due to poor communication. Because it does happen.
Volgens het hydraulische stroomdiagram van de mijn zit die deur verderop op slot.
Dan ram ik hem gewoon in. Wat heb je aan vuisten als je geen stalen deuren mee open kunt beuken?
Again, I am forgetting the wonderful names of Sly 3 jobs.
Om er door te komen, moeten we overdruk creëren in deze zuiger.
Wil je dat ik erop map? Dat kan ik wel.
Gebruik je aboriginal balvorm om bovenop de zuiger te stuiteren en om hem omlaag te rollen.
Bites is going to be here destroying some pistons here in the first cave section with Murray. And then at the end facing the Mask of Dark Earth, I believe, at the end once it's attached to the Kangaroo Guard.
I don't remember this job name, but I think generally I remember the Sly 3 job names more than the 2 ones.
Ja, die zit, stomme zuiger.
Yeah, Spelunking, thank you, Nave. Jake finishing up the recon section, finding the Guru. Here in episode 2, I believe all 3 characters, at least story-wise, have to go visit the Guru.
Deze te openen moet je alle 3 de zuigers tegelijk overbelasten.
I'll just call it the recon section, Nave, but yeah, I'd search for the Guru. Then later there's another job once you get to play as the Guru, which Nave hates. Nave hates the Guru, which is sad. Called to release the Guru.
Justice for my boy the Guru. He was just vibing out in the Outback, and then these miners came, locked him up.
But the Guru just
Het is gelukt. 3 tegen 1.
knows
en
what
toch
to
heb
say,
ik jullie een lesje
and
geleerd, zuigers.
Nave just hates the little purple guy, even
Moet
though
je die vent zien? Hij is vastgegroeid door dat masker van donkere aarde waar de goeroe ons voor waarschuwde.
Vreemd. Het maakt de drager dus veel groter. En ook veel agressiever, denk ik.
Ik kan hem wel aan. Mijn ontmoeting met de goeroe wordt niet
but Bites here
gedwarsboomd
coming at
door
the
een gek
end
met een
of
masker.
Spelunking here. You're gonna have to throw this Kangaroo Guard into the 3
De deur heeft een
spinning drills here
elektronisch
to finish the job and go talk to the Guru.
draait op 1 circuit.
Watch the wonderful cutscene of Murray
Dan gooi ik die
apologizing to
brandstof
the
in de
Guru and
boren.
saying he wants him to join the
Gaat het
game.
circuit misschien stuk? Probeer maar. Er is al wat schade.
You know, for a Guru of Peace, he sure does accept the invitation rather quickly.
Sometimes you need to get out of the Outback.
Mijn hemel.
Fair enough.
Dat masker kan rennen. Dat kan het mijne niet.
Jake also having an unfortunate regular roll. I don't know if he hit something, which pushed him back into the water, or both runners fell into the water on the first one. Jake using ball form to its ultimate ability to leave you mash square to move at pretty much max speed.
Ik ben terug, mijn meester. Het zwarte water is weer helder. Ik wil graag...
Very good movement
Ik
tech for
verzoek
Murray.
u... Oh, man. Ja, ik wil weer mee met mijn vrienden. En we hadden gehoopt dat u ook mee zou komen. U zou het geweldig vinden.
But so far,
We hebben
the
zoveel
time difference
lol.
between the runners seems to be about still around the same time, just about.
Mijnwerkers, gyrocopters
Jake
en
is
het
starting
masker van donkere
Spelunking
aarde.
here, and
Ja, dat
Bites is
niet
finishing
niks,
up
maar wij
Spelunking.
helpen
That's
u,
really
dat
the
beloof
difference.
ik. Bedankt, goeroe. Ik ben ook blij u te zien.
I'll pay attention to actually save myself. what the time difference is based off of the timer we have available. I'm sure the runners are a bit further ahead, but I can at least get a decent estimation of what the time difference is.
You get as close of an estimate as possible, at least.
En die mijndingo's wegjagen. Je goeroe wil dat het hier gezuiverd wordt.
Yep, we're on to the best job of Sly 3 Episode 2, Big Truck. If you know how to do it, can we get some big trucks in the chat?
Best job, but this wasn't Lemon Rage.
No, gonna be trucking. Come on, everybody, let's truck in the chat.
I do support the big truck love.
Hey, it could be Episode 3, and it can be the even greater job for Cooper Hanger Defense.
Oh boy.
One day we'll get to spam the Sly Gold's chat with CHD, but today is not that day.
It will appear when the world needs it most.
Oké, Bentley, ik ben geïnteresseerd. Maar ik denk
Let's
dat ik
see
wel de
here.
bepaalde
We'll see the
krijg
movement
om bij de
section here with
volgende
Sly.
dienst
I'm sure Bites will be going through the disguise jump method to make the platform, the required platforming section with Sly a lot quicker.
Goed werk, Sly. De sonische trillingen van die boor drijven de reuzenschorpioenen in het gebied naar de oppervlakte. Als we een stel rode soldatenschorpioenen kunnen vangen, kunnen we daar vast de mijnwerkers wel mee wegjagen.
As Jake continues through spelunking.
Eén vraagje nog. Hoe vang ik schorpioenen met een truck?
About to take out 3 pistons all at once, at least in English. Marie calls them piston chumps after cleaning this section. I don't speak Dutch, so I don't know what he says.
I don't either.
Then Bites here about to start the section to catch the red scorpions.
Time to make the main event of Big Truck.
Kunnen we de mijnwerkers niet wegjagen? De besturing van de truck is simpel. Houd de X-toets ingedrukt om vooruit te gaan. En goed werk. Zo te zien komen er meer naar de oppervlakte.
We'll see if Tootsie gets any. Bites gets any free coins from smashing these rock formations. Sometimes you also get coins for. It also counts you as catching the red scorpion and also killing it at the same time. Sometimes you get a coin drop. It's interesting.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
You just sometimes you randomly get coins during this job, and you're like, "What caused this?"
You take what you can get, I suppose.
Then how Big Truck's here after Bites gets 8 scorpions. Cutscene will play. They'll have to dig deeper into the ground, and the water, that little water safety zone there will disappear, and you'll have to destroy the blue scorpions to prevent your wheels from overheating. And with speedrun strats, it can get pretty close to accidentally overheating your wheels and failing the job.
Yeah, definitely seen a few close calls with Big Truck in my day.
Yep, I've definitely had plenty of close calls. I am not a Big Truck professional just yet. But Jake finishing up, going into the final cutscene of Spelunky. Nice clean disguise jump there by Bites. Going into the second part of scorpion catching.
Geen probleem, Bentley. Ik heb de smaak nu helemaal te pakken. Daar gaan we.
But so far it seems with every episode, Jake is starting to close up that gap, just little by little.
Slow and steady wins the race. No pun intended.
This is one of the longer episodes of Slide 3, so it's very,
Yeah.
can be very easy to lose time, especially during tough sections like Big Truck. Limit range is also a big point for issues as well once it comes to the cutscene skip.
Yeah, I've seen many a run die to the cutscene skip.
Yeah, it's about 5 minutes and some change still. Jake Smith songs saving definitely some small amount of time with some slight movement optimizations, but both runners seem fairly even so far with how episode 2's been treating them.
Duikel! Oh man!
Fight's looking for his last red scorpion here.
Het gaat goed!
If you aren't careful about killing blue scorpions here, by the end, all the scorpion available slots will be filled with blue scorpions, and it'll be difficult for a red scorpion to spawn and causing some unnecessary time loss, but sometimes it just happens.
Rennen jongens! Uh-oh!
Goed teamwork, jongens. En je schok is groot geweest.
But Bite's finishing up Big Truck here. Good thing that there was no sound lock. Also, Jake with no sound lock, so I do not want to see a sound lock once during any of the matches here, but it may happen. We'll see.
Is the tournament sound lock free so far?
So far, I don't want to.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, it is still sound lock free. I think the worst thing that's happened so far is us in Sly 4. I think Riz had some issues with having the reset checkpoint issue to where after you go to the next cutscene after the cutscene freezes, and that happened in episode 2 during jailbreak. Depending on where you reset checkpoint, you can mess up how the game. I don't know what causes that issue, but you do have to quit out the game to fix that issue. And Rekakarn, welcome in Raiders to the ACES competition match between the Australian Outback and the Nunavut Lumberjacks. Hope you guys are doing well. How was stream?
Daar lopen zo te zien de meeste arbeiders in en uit.
Goede plek om te beginnen. Ik ga al.
I love the hype we're seeing.
Hey, we got some new chatters coming in. All excited to see some Sly Cooper speedrunning.
Met je verbeteringsbril kun je beter zien waar je
Got some
bent.
new faces showing off this wonderful game series off to some people who may not know the speedrun strats like some of us old and experienced runners are.
Spullen van vroeger vast achter in deze grot.
By showing off here that you can basically walk on top of these girls here and you don't have to touch them with the circle movement. Also doing a nice little disguise jump there to save himself from falling.
Hou er niet van om de omgeving overhoop te halen. Maar deze grotten zitten vol met opaal. Ik snap wel waarom die bijwerkers zo van het
And we'll see how Bites ends up dealing with the sometimes annoying but not super difficult combination locks, because sometimes you can swear you felt the vibration or saw the correct visual thing and you can mess it up and lose some time because you have to restart over. But very clean from Bites. Good controller on both. Big with also.
Yeah, good movement from Jake.
Okay, Rekakarn. Do we have an ACES command? But the ACES competition is a thank you, Nave. I don't have to explain it. You want to read, but these are team matches where through a bidding selection process, 3 episodes are chosen from Slide 2, Slide 3, or Slide 4. It doesn't have to be one from each. It can be multiple from the same game. But we are on the 3rd match of the first round of the Swiss rounds. Things are going to end up in there's going to be 4 rounds of the Swiss based off of how in each round how the teams perform, and based off of their win-loss record. And at the end of the Swiss rounds, after the 4th round, depending on who has the best records, I think it's the top 6 teams will go into the basically the playoffs, the final thing where people will play for the ACES title.
The first ever.
Yep, first ever. Oh, I hope the ACES competition does stay around. Maybe we can add some innovative ideas that change it up a bit. I don't know if team selection will be done all over again, or if we'll maintain teams, do
Wat zou er zo
trades.
bijzonder zijn
But
aan deze staf?
this is
Weer
the
een
wonderful
booby-trap
first
voor een stok.
iteration of this
En hij is een
competition.
paranoïde. En zo te horen hebben ze versterking ingeroepen. Er gaat niets boven een horde boze dingo's om het allemaal wat spannender te maken.
But with this competition, the teams were selected based off of current PBs of runners, and team captains were selected based off of the top performers of the runners. I believe we have 10 teams so far. I'd be definitely excited to see more people get more interested in this, and maybe the next time around we'll have more than 10 teams, making a more interesting competition. But 30 runners in total here. We've seen this will be the 3rd set. So we've seen about 18 runners perform in many different episodes, even though we've had a repeat now 3 times now. Sly 4 episode 2 seems to be very popular among the teams, and everybody's been playing it. Hopefully we get to see more of Sly 4 in the future. And if you do like the wonderful logos and the team names, the logos are released drawn by the wonderful Frizz RL.
I'd like to think that Frizz is here with us in spirit, with this episode being in the Outback.
Yeah, I'm sure the Outback selected this just for Frizz.
En ik breng u nederig uw wandelstok en maansteen. De tijd voor de ontsnapping is gekomen. Dank u, dat is heel vriendelijk. Maar zeg eens, hoe wilt u
Oh yeah, everything was drawn by Frizz.
Echt waar?
Frizz isn't dead, but Frizz just isn't here in
Maar
chat.
als u van gedaante verandert, komt
Yeah,
er vast
local
nog wat
legend.
uw pols over te
One of the
nemen.
best Fly Cooper artists. Does so many awesome projects and things for events like this. Yeah, Lemon Rage is going to be a huge definer of how this run goes, and
Wat is hij nou?
but it is very easy to bleed time in this episode. We're in Unleash the Guru right now with Tootesie, with Fight, sorry. And depending on guard spawns here, you can lose some time here with Guru. Nice little moon jump there. Fight's decided not to go to find a second guard to where he had to here.
Lemon Rage could be a big deciding job.
Yeah, that cutscene skip's very important, but there's the small points here, like Unleash the Guru, depending on guard spawns, and also how runners decide to handle of destroying these drills, and also the final section, if they can properly get the jumps to where they don't kill their guard and having to seek another properly, so they just can jump back and hit the generator 3 times really quick instead of having to get 3 separate guards. Jake trying to find that right angle and double jump timing to get that far boost over, instead of having to do the movement section on your own of getting down. lot quicker than doing that.
Meester, u bent geweldig. Ga zo door. Bentley heeft nog een plan om de mijnwerkers te pakken. Ga naar die rots daar ginds.
Die slijpmachine maakt Wave Rock kapot. Ik weet het. Het is vreselijk.
But it's coming on to the final section of Unleash the Guru, where he needs to destroy this generator,
Als u
and
een paar wachters daarheen stuurt,
hopefully we have
om
nice
in elkaar
timing to
te
where
rammen.
we don't have to get 3 separate guards. 2 would be alright, but 3 would be bad.
We're about to find out.
Myself personally, I believe this is. I bet it doesn't matter, but once I have a wolf guard, it feels a lot easier. I'm guessing there's a slight hitbox difference, but very clean there by bites. Just all 3 hits, very nice. Bites will be quitting out here. We'll be going into the claw next with him. Then Lemon Rage is after that. I believe after Lemon Rage is Operation. Jake setting up for his disguise jump here. Very important one. To skip the annoying movement past all these guards trying to fight you. Hopefully no tossed rocks happen.
The curse of the tossed rock haunts both slide 2 and 3.
I believe it was during a full game run. I got a tossed rock here and I got killed. I did the disguise jump correctly, and as soon as I attached the guard, it was close enough to me where it tossed a rock and it hit me at the exact same time of attaching, and I died. Very fun moment. A clip made by Nave.
Forget Clockwork. I think the main antagonist of the series at this point is just tossed rocks.
Clockwork can be dealt with. Not much of a worry much more often. It's just the guys that get paid minimum wage every day that can just throw a rock at you. That's what really ruins your day.
Yeah. Clockwork has a plot of world domination to get to. Those minions, they don't have anything to lose.
Yep. And they pointing out that here's Jake did not get the adrenaline burst for Bentley here. Taking some time lost due to not having a gadget that could help him out a lot.
Oké, het is voedertijd.
Oh wait, no, this is not the this is the alligator portion. Even though that you can do it in video games, please, people, do not feed the wildlife, especially people. Do not feed the wildlife, people.
Yeah, or kangaroos either, or dingoes. Murray is a trained professional.
Very much so. Bites taking that first section a lot pretty cleanly, not having to worry about I don't even think it's well, and I think it would still be done in full game runs of possibly putting some guards there to get some extra pocket change. Both the newest changes and the full game coin route involving the episode 3 infinite coin farm definitely has removed some of the pressure of farming and grinding for coins in Sly 3, which has made at least in my opinion, the category a lot more fun. And definitely more open, possibly to new runners.
And also added some nice movement tech in the second half of the run with which is always exciting.
Yep. Further you get into the episode, the more interesting you can get. And jobs get a little more complex because they're done teaching you things and just skill at that point. But Bite's heading over to the claw right now. A very interesting job. Basically a giant auto scroller. I would say it's definitely a good time, Chad, if you need to possibly get a snack.
Die zijn aan de andere
Once
kant van
you're
deze grot.
Oh ja, Bentley had het over zware machines en
Jake is doing his best to
dus
get
ik
caught
ben
up
erbij.
and then
Dat
unleash
lijkt
the
me iets
guru
voor
right now,
jou.
heading to the
Ja,
final section.
nou, precies.
We gaan radioactieve olie zoeken, hè?
Ik weet niet. Ik kan mijn aandacht nooit bij die presentaties houden. Niet tegen Bentley zeggen.
Ik zou niet
But
durven.
these last couple jobs of Slide 2, Episode 3 are basically auto scrollers. Luminary Age is more is an auto scroller, but it's decided at the pace of how quickly you can kill the guards. But the claw, a lot of waiting. You got to kill guards between sections as Murray gets the pump jacks going. But we'll see some very interesting.
Deze supercloud 10.000 om af te rekenen met eventuele mijnwerkers. Gebruik de linker analoge joystick om de cloud te bewegen. Met de X-toets kun je
Very interesting tech to drop Murray into holes to save time instead of carting him around, even though he looks adorable once you pick him up with the crane. Gotta get rid of some cuteness of Murray for time save.
is de werpactie. Raap een voorwerp op en druk op de cirkeltoets om ermee te
One of
gooien.
the sacrifices we must make for the sake of time in this game, unfortunately.
Check maar eens met zo'n steen. Ik denk dat ik het wel door heb. Goed zo. Dat wil ik nog een keer zien. Geef toe, Bentley. Ik heb talent. Ik hoop het. Want zo te zien hebben de mijnwerkers het op ons gemunt. Verdedig de krachtcentrales met alles wat je maar vindt in het olieveld. Dit elektrische hek lijkt me erg handig voor het opruimen van
We're about to be there, but also another thing at Luminary Age, the mini boss fight with the dingo guard at the end. There's a way to skip some of the cycles of knocking him down if you use push attack properly. We'll see if either runner decides to go for that to save the time for a short by doing extra damage with push attack to skip some of the cycles there.
1 bron stroomtal, nog 2 te gaan. Mooie worp.
The Bite's showing off the ripping gameplay of the claw, of just picking up guards that slowly run towards you and tossing them to an electric fence.
Yeah, it's a kind of a messed up job when you think about it.
Hey, Bentley got a lot more devious between Slide 2 and Slide 3, so things get a little more brutal. Like in Episode 1, you're preventing a mobster from firing the town's water supply, and here you're preventing miners from destroying historical landmarks in Australia. Like, seems like the Cooper King, at least at the beginning, is a very for the world and its nature itself.
De rest van de wachters uitschakelen, schiet op Sly, grijp Murray en ga er vandoor voor de mijnwerkers hier halen.
Listen, causing crime and counterfeiting money is one thing, but when you mess with nature, that's going too far.
Hey, we all live here in nature. Best respect it. Jake about to finish feeding the wildlife. Gator is about to be nice and satiated with guards, but you got to do whatever you can to defeat the Mask of Dark Earth.
Hij staat niet meer op. Die is er geweest.
But Bites only a few more guards until you will be reaching the final section of the claw, where you ignite the pump jacks on fire, with Murray launching rocks on a catapult.
Man, wat vermoeiend. Nog maar
This
één
time
te gaan.
Murray's the one tossing the rocks.
Die is de sigaar.
We learned from the enemy guards. We just toss bigger rocks. Jake on his way to start the claw.
Dat was het. Ze stromen allemaal nu.
Mooi werk, jongens. Nu alle oliebronnen actief zijn, gaan we door met fase 2. Waarin we de ruwe olie in...
Ja, op naar het volgende olieveld.
Gonna see Bites pick up Murray here and drop him in a hole to save some time. Nope, he's actually he dropped him in the water. Giving Murray a bath. Not just dropping in a hole, making sure he takes a bath.
Well, that's probably a better fate for Murray than the hole would be.
Bites sending a message to the Murray fans saying that he stinks.
How dare.
Bites showing off that you can just basically drop all 6 rocks here very quickly. Don't care about the guards destroying your generators. Okay, if you're fast enough, they won't even get you down below half health. But I think that gap is getting a little smaller. Bites is finishing up the claw while Jake's being taught how to work the claw itself. Well, at least for us, about a 106.03 for the claw finish for Bites. We'll see what that time difference is, which Jake ends up finishing up here. While Bites runs over to Lemon Rage, talking about those things for the cutscene skip, going with the guards themselves. Hopefully no accidental deaths are taken, because if you die with any Cooper gang member whatsoever during Lemon Rage, you will start from the beginning of the fight of Lemon Rage. Also, is anybody a fan of chugging lemonade? Because we're about to start chugging.
I know I am.
Oké, jongens, kijk stoer en maak je kwaad. We gaan de bevolking
Anyone has their, not only their chug emotes, but any dance emotes for this upcoming song. The time is arriving to get them ready.
Ja, zo doe ik het ook ongeveer. Luister, ons doel is die mijnwerkers wegjagen.
Even though it's in Dutch, the Cooper game's talking about how to light that inner fire of yourself to get mad and angry. And because Bentley doesn't know how to do it. Gonna let this play. This nice, wonderful Lumpen Bar soundtrack.
Luister eens, tuig. Tijd om weg te wezen. Vanaf nu is de Cooperbende hier de baas.
Stoere praat, jochie. Maar we hebben geen boodschap aan jou. Wij staan hier bekend om ons drinkvermogen. En laat dit nou toevallig een limonadebar zijn.
Sly, ik weet niet of dit wel zo'n goed idee is.
Als je ons uit wilt dagen voor een potje limonade drinken, dan zullen wij drieën het opnemen tegen jullie beste 3 limonadedrinkers.
Afgesproken en de verliezer vertrekt.
Recurring to answer that question, Sly 1 is not episodic like the other Sly, for the later Sly games, so there's no way to necessarily have an episode run compared to the other things. Then also, Sly 1 gets a lot more attention compared to the later Sly games, and I think that the purpose of this event to show how interesting the format of episode runs of the Sly 2 through Sly 4 it can be. By showing off wonderful mashing here, but Bentley showing off horrible chugging form. He's just spilling it all over himself. Bruce might have to turn on the electric fence if he keeps on doing that.
I don't know. I think the fence might be needed.
Hij speelt vals. Die schildpad heeft meer gemorst dan opgedronken. En weet je wat we hier doen met valsspelers? Zet het hek aan, Broes. Wij zullen die valsspelers eens een lesje leren.
The fence goes on.
Bruce may have turned on the fence to think he's helping out his wonderful teammates, but the coyote, the dingo chugging team decided to sit on the wrong side for the chugging competition, thus giving them the disadvantage, allowing Bentley to just basically knock them all off the fence.
You know, more and more of these Cooper gang members. Actually, no, it's Bentley again. He keeps knocking these guards into electric fences. He can't be stopped.
They all do it.
They truly are a band of miscreants. Electric fence-loving miscreants.
Blijven maar komen. Gaat het nog, Murray?
Bites moving on already over to the Murray section here. He's gonna probably be counting guards here. I think most runners count up to like 15-ish after a certain point. And also make sure you're keeping track of other guards. Eventually, at some point, they will stop spawning. So you need to make sure you have the correct amount of health with Murray, and also make sure all guards don't die, so you can actually get Remarriage cutscenes skip. And also Jake finishing up on the claw right here. Murray dancing in radioactive liquid, but no harm, no foul there.
You know, potentially a reasoning for his design change between games, but the world may never know.
It's a little under 5 minutes time difference between the teams, a little under, but Bite's setting up for the cutscene skip, getting that right positioning, and then start jumping back here. Nope, guard didn't die. He's gonna have to redo the fight.
That is a tough one to have to see.
At least to me, it looked like he didn't have the right line. I think he was a little too far. I don't think he was properly lined up between the torch and the drill there to take damage with Murray, because that guard didn't even fall into the torch whatsoever. It just kind of hit the wall and fell down and just ran off, despite the other Cooper gang members. But that is a very tough time loss. Hopefully, Bites can get it the second time here, or just decide to watch the cutscene to prevent possible more time loss. But always definitely a good effort to at least attempt to. Definitely a difficult trick, but that gap between the Lumberjacks and the Outback has definitely got a lot closer with that failure there.
Blijven maar komen. Gaat het nog, Murray?
Definitely given a interesting opportunity for the Lumberjacks now.
Yep, we're still in that mid run here. We still got the operation after this, which some parts of it can be difficult, but we could end up in a situation where both runners or both teams are near even, coming out of lemon rage here. Looks like Bites is setting up for the cutscene skip again. Hopefully he tries to remember that he may have new mode, so final guards were killed, so he's going to be watching the cutscene, but no time loss possibly doing the fight again. But if Jake can get the cutscene skip first try, he definitely possibly surpass the Outback. We'll see.
Jongens, ze hebben de grootste voor het laatst bewaard.
Hij heeft dat rare geestenmasker op.
Bentley once again with the poor chugging form.
Yeah, I'm sure both runners are mashing completely correctly, and Bentley's still pouring lemonade all over himself. Well, we'll see if Bites goes here for the some of the cycle skips here by using push attack. It's quite difficult to do after the Stingo guard gets stunned by either Murray or Bentley. You actually get locked up from using charge attacks. I don't know why it's a thing, but you got to make sure you time it before to get that push attack in, so you get that extra damage. Looks like Bites is going for it. Good timing on that first one.
Good job, Bites.
Bites is also using the little trick here to just have the mini boss here just walk into the barrel instead of waiting for Murray to pick it up and throw it at him, saving some small time as well. Ooh, Bites slightly missing that push attack there, but good timing on at least setting it up just a little too far away. Current, this is the third match of the first round. There are 2 previous matches that have gone on, and the challenge link there shows what the previous matchups have been completed and who they want. Hello, we are back. Just getting things put back together. Possibly seems the Lumberjacks may be doing some foul play, maybe DDoSing the stream to possibly hide a possible splice to close the gap, but Bites...
Or...
Go ahead.
Or is it the Outback trying to get the lead, splice the lead back?
Who knows? We may not know until the end of the race. But Bites coming on operation here, and Jake in the Murray section of Woman Rage, gonna be setting up for that cutscene skip.
Meanwhile, Bites in the operation now.
Bites doing some hard movement there with the Guru. If you mess up that jump, you'll bonk into the wall. You'll lose your guard there. Some very tough movement to land on that bounce pad and get up and do the fastest movement. Bites going to be running around here, losing some time, looking for guards, because for some reason it takes guards forever to spawn here in operation.
Seems Jake is also watching the cutscene.
Yep. But we don't know. With that little outage, we don't know if Jake failed first try either, so it could just be that time save of both watching the cutscene but not failing an attempt at it and having to do the fight all over again.
We hebben een probleempje, mensen. Blijkbaar heeft Carmelita ons eindelijk ingehaald.
Jasses! We kunnen de operatie niet meer afblazen. We moeten haar maar ontwijken.
Oké, ontwijken dan maar.
Hou op met dollen en zoek dat masker. Het is dichtbij. Ik voel het.
I'm sure Jake will also be going for the, nope, not going for the cycle skips. Just going for casual, well not casual, but still the speed, but...
Sly, zie jij wat?
Ik zie het niet vanaf hier. Ik ga erheen.
There are also some environmental hazards you can use to your benefit here. There's the photo.
Cooper, ik dacht al dat je hier zou zijn.
Take cover. That is possible, Maeve.
Don't. Is this one me?
No, this is not you.
Okay.
I think Gandy's computers or internet is not happy right now.
Wasn't Andy's computer wasn't invited to the ACES tournament. It's mad.
Dat is ook niet aardig.
Oh, here we go.
Think we're back up. Refresh. And I didn't even ask chat whether or not for bites or if we were gonna get left or right, but it looks like we got a left turn by Carm and Sly.
As a left-handed individual, I support this.
Jake coming on to the end of Woman Rage here. About to go into operation, and while Bites is about to go into the Karma Larger section. And for the fans, we're in the big truck again. We're trucking for a little bit longer.
Trucking for the last time.
We're gonna be trucking over to Sly 4 episode 2 here in a second. We're gonna be going from the Outback all the way to the Old Wild West. Don't know how the truck does that, but it did it.
Listen, we do not question the ways of the big truck. We simply thank it for its service.
Yeah, there's no questions. Always a safe option to blame Augie, but Augie's not even here to defend himself.
Which, you know, might as well, without him defending himself, might as well mean he's guilty of the blame.
Yep. Augie's the reason the stream crashed twice. Bites finishing up going into the final section with Karma Larja, the actual Karma Larja platforming section of the boss fight. Super Gang's gonna discuss how to deal with that though.
We gaan niet snel genoeg met de truck.
Hou je nou aan? Dit is slecht. We hebben een plan nodig. En snel. Kracht alleen is niet genoeg.
Tijd om te stoppen met rennen en het probleem aan te pakken. Pak dat masker van donkere aarde, dan is ze weer de Carmelita van wie we allemaal houden.
Ik hou niet van haar.
Oké, doet er niet toe. We moeten dat masker afpakken. We moeten daar boven zien te komen.
Jij bent de klimmer. En je wilde volgens mij altijd al
Can't believe
dicht
it.
bij haar zijn.
Tonic.
Dichterbij
Disrespecting
dan weer naar
Karm.
Venus klimmen kan bijna niet.
Dat is niet zo'n gek idee.
Oh, sorry, I am back.
Oh jawel, hartstikke gek.
Heb jij een beter idee dan?
Ja, maar dan hebben we een reuzenrobot nodig.
Sorry, dan wordt het toch het plan met de veters.
Jake on the Wonderful Guru section here. Getting a second guard, looks like. Hopefully, the second one. Hopefully he didn't do the same thing as Bites and lose the first guard.
Je hebt mazzel. Zo te zien zit het masker aan elke kant maar met één haak vast. Als je raar houdt, slaat ze je misschien weg en stoot
Nope, it looks like Jake also lost his first guard. And there is Bites going up the first side of Karm and breaking the hook. Well, making her break the hook.
Goed werk, Sly. Nog één haak en dan is het masker eraf.
And Bites coming onto the end here, going up the final section. As soon as he attaches to Karm here, the episode's over, and Beaver can start on Sly 4 episode 2. Oh, a miss and a fall, but a decent recovery, not all the way to the ground. And there's the episode. GG's to Bites.
GG Bites.
We'll see if the communication between the Outback happens to where Beaver immediately exits the safe house here, but it seems like we're still sitting here in the Wild West.
And he's off.
125.15 start for Beaver there, coming out the safe house. Okay, now we actually got to ask this question for Jake. What do you guys think, chat? Left or right? Left or right on the slide direction? And as other members of chat pointed out, Beaver is on Spanish for slide 2 episode, well, slide 4 episode 2, with a new paraclimb strat found in for what's the job name? I'm blinking. I played slide 4 today. But there's a new paraclimb strat during the Jailhouse Blues that saves 1 second, making, well, it saves a hack in itself, but based on the language and how cycles work, it makes Spanish the fastest language for episode 2.
A lot of smaller time saves found in Sly 4 this year that have slowly but surely added up.
The Sly 4 community has been cooking up recently. So many small optimizations found, many different uses. We'll see definitely later here in episode 2, the spiral dive jump, or as some others in the community like to call it, a spump. I'll be calling it a spiral dive jump myself. But Beaver's showing very the movement here to deface these wonderful posters of Toothpick, while Jake is finishing up throwing explosive barrels at Carmelarja. Could be just good at mashing up. All that matters is if you can buffer the pause inputs for it, and sometimes you can actually over buffer inputs or under buffer inputs and mess up your menuing.
Definitely don't want any menu mistakes in a race like this.
As long as it's not a return to hideout, it's I think it's pretty safe. But normally, most cases, it asks you, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do something?" So, yeah, cross save is also another option. It's either return to hideout or you go over and go to cross save, and you have to exit the menu, then redo your pause.
I know some people are not the biggest fan of the "Are you sure" in this game for exit hideout cinematic, but I'm in the camp that it's a good feature, personally.
It definitely does save some time from possible horrible things. All of Beaver's screen side, just all of it. It's all in Spanish. We don't understand Mappy. Coming on the last section here, we'll see if Slink is nice and ready to go, already in the safe house. We'll see if there's a nice clean transition again, and episode's over, and Slink is hot on that trigger, already out of the safe house into the load screen. Jake finishing up the episode. Both runners are very tough matchup here. Slink versus Beaver for this final episode. But I think the gap is still near around the same between the two runners, between the two teams. Both runners using the most optimal language for episode 2, taking a page out of Remo's book after he showed it off in the first matchup of this round.
Voy a hacerle una foto. A menos que me equivoque, es un polvorín. Muy útil. Ajá. Se ve claramente una debilidad estructural en el muro trasero.
Hold on just a moment, everyone.
Just Beaver finishing up the recon section with Bentley of Jailhouse Blues. Slink about halfway through, defacing some portraits of Toothpick.
Pulsa el botón cuadrado para oscilar la bola.
And Beaver in the prison. See if he can get the Banaki-com open here. He does. Very small optimal time save. No having to pause and menu to skip cutscene there. We'll see some newer movement from Beaver here to do some out of bounds movement here in Jailhouse Blues. I'm sure both runners will be going for this. I have myself learned this today. Very interesting trick. Not too difficult, but can be a little tricky at times. Beaver getting it done nice and clean. Making that section a bit quicker than it is casually. Link stealing a lollipop there.
Busca, Sly. Tiene que haber un interruptor por ahí.
Colega, yo voy a descansar en la puerta. Tú a lo tuyo.
Beaver getting it. Very nice. That is the wonderful paraclimb spiral dive jump that makes Spanish ever so slightly faster.
Getting that Spanish time save. Making Mafioso proud.
Ponte en marcha, hijo. Parece que podemos seguir adelante.
We're not really skipping any cutscenes, Sonic. It just, to my knowledge, with the trick, based on how the language lines of Spanish tend to be, it makes the cycle of the lights to be appropriate to make that trick faster on Spanish overall. Beaver onto this really tough puzzle section of Jailhouse Blues. Very tough.
I remember struggling with this part quite a bit when I played this game. Handling the puzzle section well so far.
Gonna see Beaver also do a skip here. I'm sure he's definitely gonna go for ballin'. Yep. Very clean so far and makes it look extremely simple. Chat, can we get some ballin' for everybody?
Yeah, we definitely need some ballin' in the chat.
We'll be finishing up Jailhouse Blues here. Nice little outro cutscene. While Slink is also just finishing up the Bentley section to go into the slide section for Jailhouse Blues.
Quiero que sepas que sabía que eras un Cooper desde el momento que te vi.
Gracias, pero Tennessee, debemos irnos. ¿Listo?
Bueno, en realidad no.
¡Wow!
We'll see. I'm pretty sure Slink will also be doing the same out of bounds movement.
I would imagine so.
I'm sure both runners will be the most optimal movement here. I think also having some pretty clean out of bounds movement, having some trouble with getting on top of the barrel and also landing on that very specific spot, but it is not easy. Beaver going for the train proxy there to get some extra added bonus speed getting launched off. Saving small amount of time. Now we're going into Cooper for hire. For both runners already know this for sure, but you can make two picks more of like he will stop at points during this episode and he looks around like during most auto scrollers to look around and see if anybody's following him. But if you break an object near him or create noise around him, it makes him go into his detection of hearing audio animation, which is shorter than that original look around animation, thus making this auto scroller a little bit faster than.
Estoy justo detrás de ti.
Creo que iré hasta la vieja mina y echaré un vistazo a las cosas.
Yeah, the faster you can get out of auto, the better.
That is true. That is true. I'm also missed out on something that seems Slink did a very either very clutch thing or a very interesting thing. Mappy is shocked in the chat.
I choose to believe it was clutch.
¡Qué mal! La lengua me pide lo suyo. ¿Cuándo va a llegar el próximo cargamento de piruletas cubanas?
La mina tiene...
Habrá que reabastecer pronto el bar. Contar tanto oro da muchísima sed.
And Beaver coming up on the end of the auto scroll here while Slink is in the very tough puzzle room right now. Also definitely going to be balling as well. If we could ball in the chat for Slink as well here in a second.
Get those ballins.
Landing the platform just fine. Ooh, got a weird bounce off of the edge and fell into the pit. Let's see if we can get a second try. Getting stuck at a weird spot there. You got this, Link. Keep going.
I believe Slink.
Oh, another weird bounce. Hopefully this reset checkpoint isn't harmful to the job, harmful to the game like it is in. There we go. We ballin'.
Beaver now in the hack.
Yep. Getting our first look at least in the game, of the speeder
fijar
code.
un lazo láser en torno a un objetivo. Porque me deje llevar por la corriente de electrones.
Beaver doing a really good job here following the electron flow.
Seguro que un lazo láser en torno a varios interruptores funciona.
And Beaver's gonna be making his way into the final section of heck here with the mini boss.
Requiere una clave de datos. Vale, con esta clave de datos desactivaré el cortafuegos. Oh, parecen recurrir a su artillería pesada. Mejor acabar con este pieza a pieza.
Beaver, I believe, resetting checkpoint there to make sure his speeder code has full health, so he doesn't take an unfortunate death here, just in case.
Tengo. Esta clave debería valer en la cerradura.
Still flows around the 5-minute mark of difference between the two teams.
Beaver now finishing the hack.
About to go into the Tootesie section after a wonderful, unskippable cutscene. While Slink makes his way over to the Cooper for Hire job trigger, does not go for the train proxy.
¡Fantástico! ¡Bien hecho! Vale, Tennessee, te toca.
Seré más rápido que una serpiente de cascabel hiperactiva.
Chicos, esta puerta pesa lo suyo.
Slink always having a nice time with this auto scroller. Gonna watch Toothpick slowly make his way to the mine. Gonna see Beaver farm some coins here while he waits to be told on how to fire his gun. Very interesting thing to do.
Puedo usar el joystick derecho para situar el cursor sobre un objetivo y luego pulso el botón R1 para usar el gatillo. Sí, señor. Ya será mejor largarme antes de que Toothpick lo descubra. Me pregunto qué estará preparando Toothpick aquí. Pero qué diantres.
Then this is one of the few cutscenes in the game where it is slower to skip the cutscene than it is to watch it.
¡Vaya! Parece que la puerta... Esta tiene truco. Tengo que disparar a todas las cerraduras a la vez.
And for Cooper for Hire, at least this Tennessee section, there's going to be some parts where it's going to be heavy with spiral dive jumps to improve movement, making this job a lot harder than it already was to begin with. This job is definitely not easy, and it's definitely not forgiving.
Nada podrá detenerme ahora. Este debe ser el expreso. ¡Oh, sí! Un rayo podría atraparme. Voy más rápido que un coyote de 6 patas.
Ya casi estás, Tennessee.
Beaver with a very clean spiral dive jump there. Yeah, you need to stop. You're not going to get anybody to your side. We'll agree with you. Looks like Beaver took an unfortunate death there. We'll agree with you that episode 2 may not be the most interesting episode, but I think a lot of people enjoy Tennessee.
We will forgive you only because you are a toothpick enjoyer.
I'm not. Is a toothpick enjoyer? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's the case. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think you're correct because it's a toothpick chat in chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, I swear I remember like Toothpick as a character Nave likes.
And maybe you shouldn't auto done that. But Beaver finishing up Cooper for hire in a second. Just the final unskippable cutscene. While Slink is near the end of the hack section of Cooper for hire. Well, 1:46:15 finish for Beaver there. We'll see how the time difference is for Slink once he ends up finishing the job. Ooh, Slink taking unfortunate death there. Was expecting, I think, for that top hurt to be dead after he turned the corner, but some shots missed and he got rinsed.
You hate to see it.
I think it's not specifically this section, but at some point some of these turrets are programmed to fire a lot faster than they normally do, so you can get hit many times in a row. I don't know what you're talking about, Nave. Toothpick's on screen, well, not on screen right now, but on screen in this episode. You can never fade into obscurity.
Vigila tu espalda, amigo. Este lugar parece bastante duro.
Lo haré. Te veo dentro.
Well, to be fair, every character in the series kind of fades into obscurity after this game, so...
I don't know what you're talking about. I see Sly 4 on the screen right now. I can't definitely fade into obscurity.
Vaya, esos tipos...
Beaver about to serve up some nice cold sarsaparilla to some of these ox guards. Well, not ox, but longhorn cow guards. Well, bull guards. Slink also farming coins while waiting to be told on how to fire blue.
Algunos de los guardias siguen despiertos. Debo tener cuidado. Solo debo evitar.
Oh, Beaver going for chair jump there, getting an unfortunate push off the chair instead of landing on top of it and landing into the guard's flashlight there.
Solo debo evitar el suelo.
Bien, Sly. Estás en racha. Genial, Sly. Ahora ve al conducto.
Air jumps a lot harder in Sly 4 compared to Sly 2.
Yeah, definitely seems that way. Definitely seems like the chair got a bit of a buff, but
It also seems like Beaver has been a little too quick on his cutscene skips and has lost music, sadly. It's going to be a little awkward on his end, especially when it comes to the alter ego hack.
we'll simply have to hack him silent.
Slink also going for the spiral dive jump, missing the first try, but going back up there to reset and go for a second attempt. Just taking some hit from guards so he doesn't have these TNT barrels explode on him.
socio tiene un as en la manga. Y vamos a ir con todo. Esta carta va a acabar con Cooper y con toda su banda de saltarines. Vamos a enseñarles que no se juega con una serpiente de cascabel.
But
a
Beaver
menos
finishing
que
up
quieras
Saloon Bug
que
here.
¡te pique! Luego acabaremos de cargar ese tren y nos largaremos de este pueblo de mala muerte.
The spiral dive jumps given Slink some trouble.
Al presente, yo, Toothpick, seré
Most unfortunate.
multimillonario. Perdón.
¡Pero jefe! ¡Fíjese a dónde apunta con eso!
Definitely a lot of spiral dive jumps now that just make some parts of the game a lot more difficult because each one, some are free, some are really tough like this one. I'm sure Slink's got this. It's just, this is not an easy jump.
For sure.
There we go. Oh, nope. Was riding the edge, didn't actually get up there.
¿Quién será la amiga de Bentley?
¿Hay alguien ahí?
¿Un rapto? Ese toothpick no podría haber caído más bajo.
Beaver about to go into hot date here.
Guapas es un hobby para mí.
Also, GG's to Slink on get in on the spiral dive jump. Very nice.
GG's to Slink.
¡Voy, señorita Carmelita! Debo evitar que la diligencia choque contra esa barrera. Debo librar el camino de obstáculos. Hora de hacer prácticas de tiro. Mejor que empiece a disparar. Esto se pone peliagudo. ¡Toma ya! Soy el mejor pistolero de la historia.
¿Qué estás haciendo ahí? ¿No puedes parar este chisme?
Slide 4 does work, Gandhi, if you do titles, game Slide 4.
Andy does not believe and refuses to test.
¿Estás disfrutando?
Gandhi's a busy man, he doesn't need to be taught that Slide 4 works as for the game command.
Debo evitar que la diligencia choque contra esa barrera.
And Gandhi fades back into obscurity until the Cunlin Vampires Venice Vipers match. When eventually it does happen.
Soy como un insecto a punto de ser aplastado. ¡Genial! Adoro los objetivos móviles.
Pisa el freno, pero ya.
¡Hija! A esto es a lo que yo llamo emoción.
But Slink heading into Saloon Bug, gonna serve some nice cold sarsaparilla.
enfrían las cosas. Seguro que esas llamas nos costarán. Vale, no va a ser un viaje muy agradable.
¡Quédate en el camino! ¡En cualquiera!
But with hot bait here, it's basically an auto scroller, but you can make parts of the auto scroller go faster because there's no obstacle preventing you from moving faster. Beaver doing a pretty good job of managing everything and making the job as fast as it possibly can be.
¿Quién eres? Un placer, señorita. Soy
And just to let you know, chat harm is on the screen.
Lo sabía. Sí, señorita. Bentley me dijo...
No me llames señorita. Soy la inspectora Fox. ¿Está Bentley aquí?
Bueno, parece que los tenemos detrás.
Carmelita, me alegro de que estés bien.
Vaya, ese maquinador.
Gracias por la ayuda.
I did not see displacement boost.
Llevaré a estos bandidos a la cárcel y volveré.
I'm guessing you, Mappy, you're meaning the displacement boost at the very beginning of Blind Date to get to the drop trigger? Because he did not do that, to my knowledge.
Por mucho que me guste la idea de ver a Sly entre rejas, nadie secuestra a la inspectora Carmelita Fox.
And for some of you unfamiliar people with Sly 4 speedrunnings, recently with the great minds of Mappiotho and Our Man, displacement boost was found on objects that are attachable by a circle, mostly ropes. If you do it on the end, and I believe if you jump on a frame perfect jump, once you land, you actually get launched off the rope in the direction it goes at higher speeds. But it is new in the works, and it's very tough to do. Definitely will take some practice for runners to get it in runs here in a bit.
Hearing the words frame perfect.
It is frame perfect, to my knowledge.
That's like the era I've feared my entire time running these games is the day when we get to the frame perfect.
But Sly 4 already has a tough thing. There's some very tough paraclimbs here in Sly 4. Spiral dive jumps, some of them are easy, some of them are really difficult. Now with displacement boosts, yeah, and Rima pointing out, it depends on the amount of displacement you get from the object. But yeah, there's tons of frame perfect things that we do throughout the Sly Cooper games. It just takes a lot of practice to get them down.
Soy la inspectora Fox, pero llámame Carmelita. Y gracias por rescatarme.
Un placer. Inspectora.
And Beaver starting up jailbreak here, where a lot of spiral dive jumps. And also I think what's the...
Por cierto, ¿cómo es la cárcel?
Con mucho fuego, para empezar.
What mysterious reflexes jumps are gonna be happening too. But I will be back in a second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hopefully I don't leave you too long, James, but I'm sure you'll do just fine.
I will try to. So hello. As Beaver begins with harm, which I've always personally thought this part looks like a pretty difficult part to do in a speedrun setting. I can't say how accurate that is, but that's just how it's always to me. Seems to be doing well so far. Slink, I believe, still in
No me creo que Sly me
I
metiese en
believe still in Cooper for Hot. Or whatever the I don't know if that's the correct job name. I think that's the correct job name. Blind date, thank you, Nave. For I had the right job in my head, I just got the text. For context, this is the only Sly game I have never beaten. So it's the one I'm worst with the job names on.
Nunca venceréis a Tennessee el niño.
por aquí.
Una belleza a la que no se puede molestar.
I had the right. I think I was thinking of the right. Not like the name, but like the image of the job I had was the correct one. And that's all that matters to me.
¿Por qué no salís de mi camino, guardias?
Nos atacan por la izquierda.
Tal vez deberías centrarte en la misión Tennessee. Mantén el barco a flote, Tennessee.
¡Bingo! A eso llamo yo. Disparar.
Both brothers trucking along their respective shooting sections. Beaver moves over to platforming section. Elf now. Ooh, nice jump.
Poneos las botas, banda. Tennessee va en
Tennessee,
camino.
por aquí.
I really do enjoy the rail sections for Tennessee, wrapping back to him being I believe being the founder of the league back in Sly 1.
Okay, I returned. Anything exciting happened in my absence?
Not really. I got a job name wrong.
Oh, it happens. I get job names wrong too. You know, especially once it comes to Slide 3. I just don't, they're not up there.
That's me with Sly 4. This is the only Sly game I've never beat. Oh.
Well, Slink is finishing up Hot Date right now, and Beaver's finishing up Jailbreak right now.
Carmelita, ¿estás bien?
Sí, y no gracias a ti. Debería haberte dejado en esa jaula, Sly Cooper.
Lo sé.
I believe after
Oye,
this,
¿puedo
Beaver is going to be
explicarlo todo?
doing
De no haber sido por este guapo y
Frankie
encantador
Larceny, then
caballero,
going into
ni
Operation,
siquiera
and
estaría aquí.
Slink's got Jailbreak to do, then
Guapo y
the two
encantador.
final jobs.
¿En serio? Mira, Carmelita, sé...
Ahórratelo. Ahora solo quiero saber cómo puedo volver a París.
La verdad, Carmelita, es que tenía curiosidad por saber cómo llegaste aquí.
Pero chicos, ¿dónde está la furgoneta?
Tendremos que buscarla
Yeah, we're
luego,
slowly but
Murray.
surely approaching the finish
¿Qué
here.
estabas contando, Carmelita?
Yep.
Es una larga
I
historia.
think that initial
Vayámonos ya y te la contaré.
5-minute difference between runners is held strong. Between the teams is just held strong through all
It
three.
has.
With both teams putting on a very good display, showing all the capabilities. Nobody to sleep on here. There's definitely been no blowouts between teams so far, to my knowledge. Everybody's doing good jobs. There's no multiple tens of minutes difference between teams. Beaver doing the optimization to thunder pop there off the edge of the thing to fall to the ground quicker instead of taking the fall animation again and using El Dropo to go into the cutscene trigger for the small amount of time too. The Green Card, Green Key Larceny, and Beloved, one of the best places to farm silver belt buckles in the game for optimal loot and slide for.
Beaver now into the sort of wrestling last box match part of the job.
About to go against the champion and get the first key of the job. We're going to be moving on to the ball and chain, although the chain ball race here with Sly.
Parezco del circo.
No hay tiempo para bromas. Será mejor que te muevas.
Haz que la bola siga rodando, Sly.
Súbete a la bola, Sly. Eso es, Sly. Sigue adelante.
Ah, me duele hasta la cola. Hora de enseñarles cómo se corre de verdad.
Sly, se acaba el tiempo.
So getting on to almost the first platforming section of Jailbreak, I'm going to show the very fun yet easy jump up the rope here to get to the end as fast as possible.
Vamos mal de tiempo, Sly.
Well, Beaver doesn't get any unlucky TNT throws and have to redo the race over. The end can be a little unforgiving at times. Just gotta pay attention to the TNT indicators, but no issues it seems. Yeah, fast.
No en vano me llaman la
Beaverkins do down all these targets.
la concentración. Es más fácil si me imagino la cara de Sly en el objetivo. Le enseñaré a este idiota cómo se dispara. Se va a llevar una sorpresa desagradable.
Both runners in their respective trucking along.
Pero al trofeo y de despedida.
One shooting guards, one shooting targets to get a key. A little in sync there on the cutscene skips between both of them. It's like doing the mysterious reflexes jump there. You're doing the spiral dive jump here. Oh, missing it. Sure, he can get it here in a second. Definitely not an easy trick to do. It's like getting close. It just seems like he either needs to get slightly more height from his spiral dive jump to get on top. definitely tougher than it looks. Beaver going into the operation, skipping the wonderful chalk talk, no chalk talk lore for any of us.
¡Mi furgoneta!
Prueba a usar los explosivos para romper las cerraduras.
Tranquilo, me iría mejor luchando para que se vaya con ella. Además, he dejado poca...
¡Genial, Murray! ¡Ya tenemos la furgoneta!
Vale, Carmelita, tenemos que buscar al ordenador.
No que esté ayudándote a armar el ojo.
Piensa en ello como en corregir la historia. ¡Broso, Carmelita! Sigue así. Tú disparas y yo me escondo. Muy bien, es la hora de piratear. Sí, instalaré.
But Beaver onto the wonderful alter ego hack. Nice auto scroller with some good music, but the only thing that you can make faster in this is the boss quick kill at the end. Anybody playing bingo right now in chat? Any interesting things? Anybody close to a bingo?
Do we have? I didn't even know bingo was a thing. Do we have any bingo?
Bingo has definitely been a thing in a lot of cycled events recently. I don't know if any ACES specific boxes have been added, but I can definitely sure if somebody has a card where a has a card that says commentator went to the bathroom. I did go to the bathroom during the run, so you can mark that one. Damage just was Octavio. I don't think you're getting that one, Mappy. It's gonna be pretty tough to see Sly 3 episode 1 run once we're on the final episode of the day. Nice quick fail there by Beaver.
You were one episode away. We played the episode immediately. Oh boy, some people have some unfortunate squares team in the chat.
Voy a tener que retirarme después de esto.
They're chicken slime. I don't think there's any chicken slime in this run.
Ooh.
Hopefully, we might have to get ACES specific cards that remove the Sly 1 stuff.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
To let you know, Takai, the Outback is in the lead. Beaver is in operation of the final job. Wolfslink's still in not hot date, but Jailbreak. But props to Slink on sticking to his guns and using this not to show off a difficult strat, but also probably get some extra practice in. Maybe in the future. It's only round 1. There are 3 more rounds of matches to go after this first round. And Beaver going into the toothpick boss fight right now. Very clean rail car sections for him.
Cuidado con los láseres.
¿Por qué todo el mundo usa láseres?
A ver si os gusta mi dinamita. Pareces una mosca. Me duelen los oídos. ¿Quién ha encendido el silbato?
Cuidado, Sly. Intenta aplastarte.
There you go, Slink. Very nice to hold out your guns. Got it finally. That spiral dive jump is not easy. Another one I checked out today. Definitely took some
Beaver fighting Toothpick currently.
Yep, just finished phase 1, about to go into phase 2.
Tal vez debas hablar menos y apuntar más.
But about coming on the end on this match, I believe tomorrow, 11 a.m. EST, 10 a.m. CST. It would be 5 p.m. CEST for those in Germany, Norway. For the match for the Prague Bombers versus the England Knights. That is going to be coming up tomorrow. Wonder who will be commentating that one. Wonder how the match will go. Definitely going to be there to watch myself.
I may. We'll see. We'll see how much I sleep.
And then after that, after tomorrow's match, there will only be one more match of round 1.
No dejaré que me aplaste.
So coming on the end of jailbreak here while Beaver is at the end of about to go into the end of the 3rd phase of Toothpick. About to finish it off here. And with that, that is time. The Australia Outback takes it. GG's
to the Outback.
But while we wait for the bit, GG's to the Outback. Team did fairly well. GG's to Slink, Jake, and Sneak for performing well. GG's on both. We'll see if the Outback would like to come in for a interview from the commentary team on their win, but that is on their decision whether or not they want that. But as mentioned before, tomorrow there will be another match against the Prague Bombers and England Knights at 11 a.m. EST or 5 p.m. CEST for those in Europe, Norway specifically, and those in Finland it'd be 6 p.m. is when the match starts. And we're joined in by Beaver.
Hello.
Hello, Beaver.
And Bites.
Bites. Hello.
Hello. Well, let's see if the final team member is gonna join in. Okay. But Beaver Bites, how do you guys feel about the victory?
I feel pretty good. I think we all played well. I think the scariest part of today was definitely the draft, the picking and banning, because once you're in that minute, it doesn't feel like a minute. It goes by quickly.
As somebody who hasn't experienced that side of it yet, it does seem a lot of decisions to make in 60 seconds to select 4 different episodes to get rid of, while also thinking about the strengths and weaknesses of your own team, as well as the other team of what you're going to get rid of.
A lot of overthinking. That definitely went down.
But with your guys' individual episode runs, any things you guys want to improve on for the next round?
Gotta get that lemon rage. I think out of all the things that I practiced for episode 2 specifically, was lemon rage, and somehow it still didn't even pay off for that one.
Had a little stream hiccup during, I think, once Jake did lemon rage, so we didn't see if he made missed it as well the first try like you did. But I'm guessing you were extremely worried after missing the lemon rage cutscenes, skip the first try, and having to do the fight all over again.
Yeah, that was the rough part, that I had to do the fight again.
But you still.
The time went about faster.
Yeah. It seemed like you're going for the cutscene skip again, but an unjudged miscalculation. But your wonderful computer gang members defeated the final guard, and you didn't have to worry about going for the cutscene skip again, but ended having to take the time also watching the cutscene. But overall, you guys held out very strong. Very excited to see how you guys are going to perform in round 2. You guys have a definitely strong team, and it was shown today how well you guys can play very consistently.
Yeah, for sure. I thought everybody played well.
James, any questions you have for the teams?
Not really. The only thing I'll say is I'll simply make note while we have the team here of the Lumberjacks opting to ban their own home turf and allowing you to take your own. That is that is
Canada episodes.
Yeah. Ban their own Canada episodes and let you have the Outback.
Yeah, when we were talking about Sly 3 episodes that we wanted to play, EP2 of Sly 3 was mentioned as like one of the ones Bites was comfortable with, and also it gets a boost because of the team name. So we had to go with it.
Makes sense.
Always got to rep the home team.
And they were just collateral damage that their episodes got banned in the workaround.
But I myself don't have any questions, but is there any shoutouts or anything you guys want to give before we end the interview?
No, I'm good. I had fun today, so thank you to Gandhi for coming up with the idea for this event, and for everybody who's helping to make it happen, because it's definitely a lot of work for a lot of people. So, but it's fun.
Being part of the sorry about that. Go ahead.
Gotta shout out Gems. He's like the only Sly 3 runner I've actually actively watched when he ran. That's what I've been studying through, along with the Canudi tutorial. So shoutouts to them.
Come back, Gems. We miss you.
People come
but
back.
GG's on the victory.
Hey, GG.
GG's.
And thank you. Thank you for your participation. Lots of teams out here. Definitely excited to see you guys in the second round.
For sure. See ya.
See ya. And with that, GG's to the Australia Outback. Mentioned before, the Prague Bombers England Knights is tomorrow, 11 a.m. EST, 5 p.m. CEST for those in Europe, 6 p.m. for those in Finland. shout outs to Gandhi for restreaming today, and also for the most wonderful idea. Definitely exposing the very fun episodic team innovation that the ACES competition requires. Today's match was very wonderful. Any closing comments for you, James?
No, it was a great match, and I was happy to be here. And thank you for being here with me, Rava.
It was a good time. Thanks for having us. Gonna be signing off. See you all tomorrow for the next match.
Thank you.